What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? I'm Grant.
And I'm Alex.
And today we are doing what everyone has wanted for years and decades at this point.
A Dragon Ball Z review.
Exactly. No, we're not. Unfortunately, we're not doing Dragon Ball Z.
Except this Dragon Ball Z season has sexy monster girls.
Exactly.
And
we're
not
reviewing
really Dragon Ball at all.
We are reviewing an old show from 2015, aired back in 2015, Monster Musume, which has a total of 12 episodes and a ton of characters who sometimes get no screen time.
Yes, at all. They're not even on the characters list. That's how little screen time they have.
Exactly. They have so little screen time. They're not even on the list of characters.
Yes.
But moving on. So let's get to the actual description of Monster Musume. So in a world where monster species exist.
Yes.
The
perfect world.
I guess they were hidden from reality. And now they're kind of doing these exchange programs to have them go to different countries and families so then they could coexist with humans and integrate into their culture.
But it's like iRobot. They can't hurt humans or else they get deported.
Now, the main character of the show, which is very arguable, is Darling-kun, which I never remember his name because no one ever refers to him by his name. So
Kerr.
It's Darling. No, it's not Kerr, is it? It's Kurusu. All right, Kurusu. Well, that's not his first name, but whatever. So this guy, Darling, is a early 20-year-old guy.
He's that classic stereotype where he's an average nobody, and then all of a sudden he gets this sexy girl plopped on his doorstep, and oh no, I have to live with her. It's such a hassle.
Many girls live with him. That's the point of
Very
the
many.
story. That's pretty much the whole plot.
It's a harem.
Is he gets mistaken as an exchange family, so then one of the main characters, Smith's son,
Stan Smith.
She brings over a Yama species by the name of Mia, and that's the first monster girl that he has introduced and that he has to live with. And that's the plot.
Yep.
I don't
and
think
then they just
better.
every so odd episodes, just one more.
They add another one. Yes.
For a different fetish of the week, obviously.
So the plot. What are your thoughts? What did you think when you watched the show?
The plot is very big and voluptuous. I enjoyed it.
That is a accurate description.
Exactly. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Anything else?
I thought it was like, again, one of those, just a harem anime. I like harem animes. They make me live a fantasy that I know I will never get and doesn't exist because for some reason women don't want to share a man with other women.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
It's bullshit. You should learn to share.
I watched this show, I think a while after it aired because I heard about it, but I didn't have an urge to watch it until I was forced to.
I didn't really hear about it until I watched something else that had like a clip in it, and then I was like, "Huh, that looks pretty good. That looks like a good watch. I wonder what it's called." Then I looked it up, and then I watched it, and it was good, and I liked it.
For me, I saw an image of Mia, and I was like, "Oh, she's cute. I'll watch this." show.
Where is she from? Sauce.
Which often does happen, to be fair. Usually, it's like, "Oh, it's a cute girl. Let me watch." It kind of happened with
Cute girl. I wonder what that show's called.
happened with Fate Stay Night. I saw Rin, and I was like, "Oh, she's cute. I want to watch this show." But anyways, I think the plot in Monster Musume is very, very
It's
uneventful.
there. It's there.
It has a plot, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's just kind of
Well, the plot
excuses
is
to
that
do stuff.
it's the life of a dude that has a bunch of monster girls in his house.
And they just kind of mess around for
They just fuck
months. Well, they don't fuck.
blatantly.
That's against the rules. But we need to make clear.
Trying to integrate back into society.
I
but
watched
can't make love to
the
humans.
uncensored version. You watched the censored version.
Well, slightly uncensored.
Well, yeah, slightly.
It was on YouTube, so that's about as uncensored as it was.
The only thing about it that's like censored is there's no nipples. Other than that,
No, I saw the nipples. There's no vagina.
no, there's no nipples. I don't think there's any vagus in there.
Vagoos. Mr. Vagoo.
There's no vagus in there. But yeah, so
There are
nipples. I watched it, and it's a great show. I don't know. My mind kind of goes blank when I try to talk about the plot
Because there isn't one.
There's not much to say. It's just a harem anime, but it's not like a generic one. It is there are a few things that I don't like in Musume Musume. And I think you mentioned this before we started recording, and that's like there's just some characters that are introduced and then never talked about again.
Or there are characters that are introduced and then only get like 2 episodes of screen time before the entire series ends.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Monster Squad girls.
The Cyclops had 1 episode. What is she, an ogre?
Yeah, there's a Cyclops, ogre, a zombie.
And a shapeshifter. I don't know what that is called.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's only like
zombie
5 characters on the character list. And those characters aren't one of them.
Well, like... Okay, so you have like them who come into the show out of nowhere.
They got their establishing episodes, like, hey, look at her, she's sexy, and then they never got any more screen time.
I assume, or I would hope, that they were planning to do a season 2 to flesh out these people some more.
I hope they do a season 2.
But it was weird because they just come out and it's like, okay, I guess they're gone.
It's like, oh hey, that Cyclops girl is pretty cute.
And then
wait, where is she?
And then there's Lala, who's like the girl who loses her head.
She's Death. I think she is Death.
Oh yeah, Death. But like she loses her head. I remember, and then she grabs onto Darling, and her whole deal was that she was trying to warn him of his incoming death, and that was her character development for the second to last
whole
episode.
2 episodes.
Yeah, that was it.
Not even a whole 2 episodes. Like, the end part of the second to last episode, and then the next episode, it was just back to normal.
Yes.
Nothing really transpired from, hey, you're gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna go get groceries tomorrow.
Yeah, so there are just people who just kind of introduced, like,
and
go
the dragon girl who was trying to be a guy and trying to get Mia to fall in love with her. You remember her? She had wings and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said Dragon Girl, I thought of Dragon Maid, and I was like,
no,
that's a different show.
Like, how do you
no
describe her otherwise?
I understand now.
The dragon lesbian.
No, but yeah, I remember. Yeah, she just came in so memorable. I forgot.
Yeah, she came in, was like, I'm in love with you. And then she got molested by Sue, and that was the end of it. That's how they solved it.
Sue is a funny character. She doesn't say anything. I think
she does, but not.
But like she's like the cutesy kind of just dumb one. Or I mean, I guess that's Poppy too.
Well, they're the kids.
Well, we're not talking about characters. The plot,
not yet.
The plot that is.
I honestly don't think there's much plot to talk about.
Yeah, there's really none.
Yeah, he has a bunch of girls around him, and
we have to mention that's not a bad thing that there's not a plot, because there's a lot of harem that the plot is simply. I remember the first harem I ever watched was a show called Shuffle. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's a very generic one. Well, not really, but it's like this guy and the Demon Lord's princess daughter, and then the Angel Lord's princess daughter. They want to marry this kid because he's like the nicest guy around. Which
that's bullshit. I'm a nice guy. I don't get angels and demons wanting to marry me.
And then there's like the human girls who want to marry him.
I don't even get human girls looking at me.
Well, the thing is
bullshit.
The point is that was the first one I watched, and that's just kind of how harem anime are most of the time.
It's just this one guy that is apparently irresistible to women. Just has an affinity with them.
And so that was Shuffle, and it's one of the more generic ones, and it's kind of like Monster Musume, but the Monster Musume has the benefit of that
Monster Girls.
It's Monster Girls, and it's unique in that way, and it's very funny at times.
There were times that I laughed, like when he got pushed down the stairs and landed on some ketchup. They thought he was dead. They were like, "Oh God, what are we gonna do with the body?" They were freaking out, like, "Why did you kill him? I didn't kill him. You did." And he was just getting up, like, "Oh man, I ruined this shirt. I'm gonna have to wash that now. Oh man, it's gonna cost me some stuff." And then he looks up like, "You guys thought I was dead?"
It's a very funny show, especially like the humor really comes from how eccentric and crazy the girls are, and how it gets Darling into these horrible situations to where he could be killed.
The only thing I thought was bullshit was the only people that were making fun of her were the 2 Americans.
Were they the 2 Americans?
Yep, only Americans.
This is
they
the
were
first
driving
episode, right?
Well, not the first. I don't think it was the first episode, but they were in a lot of episodes.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like
it was just 2.
I'm thinking about them.
I think so. It was just 2 an American couple. I think the girl was black or blackish, and
Dark skin color.
I knew
That's what she was.
Insert dark skin color here, and I knew they were American because, well, they said they were, and they drove a giant truck with American flags sticking out the windows, if I recall. I knew they drove a giant truck, and I was like, well, I mean, we could have smart cars too. Americans don't just drive giant, gas-powered, diesel-guzzling trucks.
Stupid Americans. We hate them.
What are we, French?
Well, anyways, I think that's all we can say about the plot. So we're going to move on to the characters. Now, I have a few gripes with the main character, Darling. He is, by numbers, good guy protagonist. Or not good guy protagonist.
He is
sweet boy protagonist.
By the book, White Knight.
He doesn't, he doesn't strike me as somebody particularly interesting. His whole deal is that he's... Okay, I understand why Mia falls in love with him. Like, she falls in love with him because he was the only one who wasn't judgmental and treated her like a girl.
And he punched the American in the face for her.
Well, yeah, but before that happened,
yeah,
he just treated her like a girl and just an equal, and that's why she liked him, because she was treated poorly before.
The way I see him is that, like a normal harem hentai, to where the protagonist is kind of a blank slate for you to imprint yourself onto, and the girls are the one with the personality.
Which is probably why they just call him Darling and not by his actual
name.
I'm
pretty sure the other people do call him by his name, but you just don't pay attention.
Well, even,
you just like snakes.
Even Smith, Agent Smith, if you will. She just calls him.
She
Darling.
does that because she's one of those kinds of characters. She's the loving kind of bigger sister,
I always liked
like
Smith.
She doesn't want to fuck him, but she still messes with him.
I always liked Smith. She was always a funny character when she was on screen, especially when she was
drinking
begging for food. It's like, oh, I come here to eat. He's like, oh, now's not a good time, Smith. She's like, I'm dying. Feed me.
Yeah, one of those. Oh, I'm here. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna go get something to eat real quick. Get some coffee.
It was right when Mia was about to rape him. That happens a lot in this show.
He gets attemptedly raped a lot. He gets sexually assaulted almost every episode.
Yeah, every episode he gets sexually assaulted.
It's either
one of the girls,
the snake chick, or the spider.
Yeah.
Those are usually the ones that try to molest him intentionally. Everyone else is just accidental.
Everybody else is just like, well, you have let's talk about the characters really quick. We got the main girls. We got Mia, who's showcased in the first episode, who's my personal favorite.
And then in the next episode, who comes next?
In the next episode, it was Poppy and then Centaurea. Now, Poppy, she's a ditzy bird.
Harpy.
Harpy, who's a bird brain and just kind of dumb. But
Funny.
she's still a woman. Remember that.
Girl.
No, she's a woman. No. Yeah, she's still a girl, so she can marry this guy, which is kind of funny, but okay. And then they have Centaurea, who's the noble one, the knight, which...
I found her character weird, because if she was alive during the night times, how old is she?
I don't think she wasn't alive.
Well, she has a suit of armor and a sword.
Well, yeah,
he talks about being in the cavalry.
But that's her culture in this fantasy world that they've made up. So that's yeah, whatever, I could buy that. But you have Centaurea, who's the noble one. You have Arachne, who's the slut. The sleut.
The seductive one. Not the sleut. The seductive one.
Then you have Sue, who is the
silent
slime girl.
Yeah.
She was one of my favorite just because she was funny, and that was pretty much it.
She does a lot of the molesting.
Oh, of course.
Not to him, just to the other characters.
Then of course you have Mermaid Girl.
Mermaid Girl and Barnacle Boy.
I have to look at her name.
Mermaidu. Mamade. I can't read
Marune.
it from here.
Yeah, Marune. She shows up and then is never really.
She shows up, gets put in a pool, and then doesn't get touched again until I think one of the episodes where they were all out and about, like spying on him.
Oh yeah, worried.
That was the only time she got more lines. Other than that, she was just in her pool, swimming around, doing nothing, all alone.
And then you have Lala, who in the manga becomes one of the main girls. Except in this show, she shows up, and I guess she just lives with him.
She shows up, tells him he's gonna die, and then the series ends.
Well, they save him from what he was supposedly gonna die because of the girls who were worried about him.
I mean, he did almost die once. He got pushed down the stairs.
Well, I mean, I think he just almost died, period, throughout the series. And that's really the characters right there in the nutshell. They're all kind of crazy. Okay, all the girls are crazy, eccentric, have a bunch of personality. They're distinguishable.
They're the overblown, like, they have their own characteristics, but those characteristics are heightened.
Of course, yeah.
Like, they're all, pretty noble, but Centuria is more noble,
Mm. And then you have Mia, who's more the average kind of girl.
Yeah, there's Mia, who is the girl.
Average girl, but I like to call her best girl, personally. Okay. Oh, really? You disagree? Who is the best girl, then?
In this show?
Yes.
Tioshina.
She is best girl to you?
I like the taller women.
All right.
It's a fetish. Don't judge me.
So the characters, I think they're all well written except for Darling. He's just kind of
there. He's the man.
Standard nice guy character, which it's fine, but
well, he's the man.
There's no real character behind him besides he's a very nice guy. Anyways, but yeah, those are the characters. You have the girls who decide to live with him and wreak havoc in his life. You have Smith, who's just kind of making it harder for him. Then you have their team of Monster Squad who show up for one episode.
They were there for like 4 episodes.
Well, yeah, they were there for 4 episodes, but they had 1 episode dedicated to themselves.
Well, yeah, 1 episode dedicated to the actual team, and then 1 episode dedicated to each member.
Right. So those are the characters.
Yes.
I don't know if we properly described any of them, but
probably not.
We did something. Moving on to animation and presentation in the show.
Yes.
What did you think of the show compared to other shows, I guess? Or just what did you think of the animation in general?
It was really good. I liked the way that it looked. It was really well done. It's one of my top 3 favorite shows to watch. Top 1 is High School DxD for obvious reasons.
Oh, of course.
For obvious reasons. And the next one is Rosario plus Vampire.
I think the animation was pretty good as well. Serviceable, yes, and very animated, of course.
Acceptable.
No. It was very fluid at times. It was very nice. I mean, I guess the occasional background would be empty, but I mean that's par of the course when it comes to anime. You're just sometimes background's gonna be empty.
Sometimes things happen, but I mean you're not really focused on the background when there's a pair of tits in front of you.
So I thought the animation was well done, and I don't have much more to say about the animation. I really had no problems with it. I think it serves the show just fine.
It does the show justice.
Yeah, it does the show justice.
It's nothing, iconic. Like, if you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's from Monster Musume. But it's good.
Yeah, it's serviceable. And then we have the soundtrack, which I don't remember a single fucking thing from the soundtrack.
I didn't pay attention to the soundtrack. The voice acting was good.
But I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything from the soundtrack. I do remember the opening, and I do remember the outro. Those were really good. But other than that, soundtrack was, I will say, yeah, par for the course. It's okay. It
Yeah.
serves.
This is
the
all
show.
around just an average anime.
Well, that's what we're here to discuss. So, final thoughts. Alex, what would you say your final thoughts?
I would recommend it highly. If you like Monster Girls, then yes, I would recommend it. But if you don't like Monster Girls, then I don't think you would like this show. Like at all. Why are you watching this show if you don't like Monster Girls? That's the only point to watch this show. How about you?
Let's see. I like a lot of this show. I think it's funny. I think it can be clever. The plot is just there.
Yeah.
The animation is good, serviceable. Then we have the soundtrack, which is there.
The only reason people watch this is for the characters. Okay?
They just want to see the Monster Girls.
It's pretty evident by this point in our review that we only watched it because there were characters in it.
Like the best way I could say, or how you put it, if you're going into the show wanting Monster Girls, you won't be disappointed.
Not at all.
Not at all. It's very fun. It's very engaging, and the Monster Girls are all very.
The only thing you will
cool
be
and
disappointed
cute.
about is that it's only 12 episodes.
Yeah, you'll probably want more, especially for the characters that are barely in it.
But that's what all R34 is for.
Oh, or the manga, which is still continuing.
Fuck the manga, I can't read.
But yeah, so I would recommend it as well. I really enjoyed this show. I've watched it a few times, rewatched it since 2015 a few times. Some of my favorite episodes. It has stuck with me, is what I'm saying.
It is one of the things that I will probably never forget.
Yeah, I watch a lot of harem anime because it comes out all the time. And
Because harem anime is good.
harem anime
sometimes.
is like the epitome of like just feel good shows majority of the time, except for Girly Air Force, which sucked. Don't watch it. But yeah, so this one has stuck with me for a long time. I rewatch episodes. I even got the uncensored version, the collector's deal. That's how much I like.
Collector's uncensored version. The
Collector's
box is
edition.
literally a pair of tits.
Yeah, which we cannot show on YouTube, unfortunately.
We cannot. We can show our own tits, but not the box.
You mean our manly abs?
No, I mean our
No,
tits.
No, never mind.
We don't have abs.
Did I recommend it? Yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah.
We've-
On the list, it is a rented.
Oh, there are lists for video games.
Yes.
I would suggest not spending money for this.
Yeah, borrow it from a friend that has it,
Oh no.
or look it up on YouTube. It should be on
stream
YouTube.
it. Stream it. It's on Crunchyroll. And I guess it's also on YouTube if I remember correctly.
It should be.
And yeah.
This was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but it should still be there.
All right. So I recommend to stream it. Please, anybody watch this show. It is an entertaining show.
It is.
That's pretty much it.
If you're here for the plot, go away.
If you wanted an in-depth plot, you shouldn't have clicked on this video.
Well, none of our videos have in-depth plot.
Well, that's
We're
just
talking about the
given.
TV show.
Anyways,
getting away from the harsh reality. Yeah, recommend the show. Go watch it.
Yes.
No, go.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Alex and me reviewing a classic show
Yes, I hope you all enjoyed and
from 4 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, next time we come back, we'll be doing more reviews and some new.
hopefully some
movies.
gameplay.
We'll do some gameplay videos. Till next time. Sorry for the long wait. It's been a while, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Better not make this video too long, Grant. People might not watch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It took a long time to edit that video. Anyways, we're getting off topic. To end this video, let's outro. Goodbye.